State and home to the fabled giant killers, the Boise State Broncos. What a matchup we have in store. It's still early in the season, but this is a major test for a couple of squads who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the LSU Tigers, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Broncos will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's Simmons. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here comes the offense on first down. The give to the tailback. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22. These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these two conferences. Think back to when Texas A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. So this is always a fun one to watch, David. Wide open offense from the Big 12, and then you get the physicality and the speed from the SEC.
I think you nailed it right there. Two totally different worlds.
He's going to let it go. And the ball is picked off. The offense set for a first down play. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Grabbed over the middle. It's Harmon. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on first down.
And these tight ends are so good at understanding zones and where to sit down. And listen, it's not the huge gain down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts, small gains, break tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
Man, this guy is exciting to watch. When he has the ball in his hands, he can make magic happen. They're going to throw it to him. They're going to hand it off to him. They're going to get him the ball in a variety of ways, and they're doing it early in this game.
Going to run it. It's Riley. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
They'll throw it on first down. He makes the connection. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Broncos come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He'll come out throwing on first down. He'll take a shot. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Back to the air one more time. He caught it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Boise State. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT makes it 7-0. An impressive 66-yard touchdown drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit about to go to work. Fielded in the end zone. It's Simmons. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer.
And he intercepts it. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Broncos! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it.
14, LSU, 0.
He'll bring it out. It's Simmons. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. He'll start this drive firing. Just a short pass to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big...
And it's picked off for the third time today. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
I'll tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense. And that is a big hit. And that's a hit that I'm going, listen, I'm the OC, I'm the head coach. I don't want to take many of those. I want to run the RPOs and I want to run my quarterback. But, Palmer, I got to understand the difference between the critical situations when I want him to take hits and the other times when I want him to take a slot.
Yeah, you got to live to play another day if you're this quarterback right now. You know this defense, their eyes are lighting up every time.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated, but he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers and the stats would come. He's off to a great start in this game.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Couldn't find anywhere to throw the football, just got rid of it, and that's the number one thing. Avoid disaster here. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. It is good! And now the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, we've got a winner in the battle of the Willamette Valley between Oregon and Oregon State. Oregon was anything but dominant today, but the Ducks are going to leave Autzen Stadium winners. A lot to work on, no question, but they avoid one in the L column. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
On the play. Second down.
Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Now adjusting. It as he throws. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
Quarterback never saw his guy early enough. He was open right away, but was just late getting him the ball. Receivers jumping up and down saying, yo, I'm here, throw it to me. But by that time, the defense had already figured out where he was. And because of the late throw, they're able to come up with the interception.
Going to try to get it himself. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back games. This guy's notched a sack, starting to be a problem. A guy that's diagnosing passes, rushing the passer really, really well. This defense could use this guy's production consistently.
Got his man quickly. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
He'll pull it on the read. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
You know, the problem with calling option is that you can't limit the hits on your quarterback, and he got absolutely leveled by the...
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And the returner will be brought down. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The number one job is to protect their quarterback, and they did not.
They did not, but my number one job as a defensive lineman is to attack your quarterback and get him on the ground just like this, getting the sack.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Steps away to find some room. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Taken down at the 30. And that's good enough for a first down. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Boise State 24, LSU 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. He wants to throw. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his second interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
Pocket starts to collapse. And here's the fifth interception by this quarterback. Made that play, was hoping to make another one on the return, but they'll take it in business at the 41. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Grabbed behind the line, it's Harmon. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
The Broncos have enough for the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Quarterback on the keeper. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
You know, as a quarterback, when you're doing this zone read play, you got to read that defensive end. If he crashes down hard inside to take the running back away, right away you know now you're keeping the football. Nice job by the quarterback.
Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Tackle is made after a pickup of 6 down to the 19-yard line.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Boise State. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with an exclamation point, running it in from the 19. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse. He lofts one down the sideline. And he throws another interception.
And the Broncos take over 1st and 10.
First down here for the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for downs.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
To the air, it's Rivero. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Now on the move. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
Coming to the line, looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 29. To the ground to try to move the chains. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Simmons. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
They'll try the run. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it then? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options are on the table.
And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go. Hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
He's looking to throw it. Working that left side now. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
On second down, wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard, and now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes out.
Out of the backfield, he's open. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
LSU will get a first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Buying some time. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This drive facing a little adversity now. A 10-yard loss leaves him with 2nd and 20. He's looking to throw. Avoids pressure. The throw. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
Well, and that's a throw the quarterback, I think, has got to make, right? He's a left-handed quarterback. He's rolling to his left, so this should feel comfortable for him. It just wasn't an accurate throw. The defense comes away with the pick.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Fires one high and deep. Snags it on the right. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. To the air, it's Rivero. He'll take another shot here. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos!
When these offenses get in the rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return.
LSU 0.
Coming out with it, it's Simmons. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On second down, they'll take to the air. He's got his man. They'll immediately call timeout. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On third down, he drops to throw. Finds his man. It's Watkins. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They'll start the third quarter with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
Throws for the tight end. Makes a connection.
Another Bronco.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. He's going to pass. Going to take a shot. Makes a catch at the 15. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after a big play up top.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's now 2nd and goal.
After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. This is a designed run. Touchdown Broncos! And the punishment has been extended. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
LSU 0.
He'll bring it out. It's Simmons. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much... Take the touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. From the gun, the running back has it. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. The Tigers pick up the first down.
And a lot of coaches put a lot of emphasis on situational type running, right? When it's a goal to go to situation, short yardage situation, like when I need to run the football and they know I'm running the football. Right there, haven't had a lot of success, but I needed a few yards to get the first down. Great job by the offensive line, creating some space and getting the first down.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Now on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Hurley. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. I I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Takes a hit as he fires. What a snag by the defense. Trying to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, the quarterback on that one put a lot of air under the ball. The problem is it gave the defender time to get his head around and locate it. And because of that, he was able to come away with the interception.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
The give to the back. Pushes ahead for a pickup of 1 down to the 13.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
Never a doubt. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, we're still happy to get the field.
LSU offense will take over. 1st and 10.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Looking downfield, it's Hurley. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And the pass is intercepted. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point, and he was able to come away with the pick.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing.
Off he goes. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this up.
Touchdown, Boise State! And the route is on. They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
That makes the score. Boise State 58, LSU 0.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Extending the play. Fires on the move. He's got it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They say you could call holding on every play, Well, they did on that one. Line gets set, first down. Scanning the field, it's Hurley. Fires to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Back open in the middle. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Boise State 58, LSU 0.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Discards a man. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
I'm not a huge analytics guy, but on 4th and 1, if you're going to get pushed like that from your O-line, I say go for it every time.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going for the big play. Catch inside the 25. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, his coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. To the ground with the back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off of the football, create some hope.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, LSU. Getting set for the point after. Bangs it through for an extra point.
The extra point is good. That makes the score Boise State 58, LSU 7.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kick off.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Takes the handoff. It's Riley. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And the Broncos brought to the ground, but not before picking up the first.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Getting some heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Looking to throw, it's Rivero. And the timing just a hair off.
Brings up third down.
This is a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Broncos will punt it away on 4th down. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively.
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll lead the offense out there to try to move those chains. Looking deep. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
29 Philly. Timber.
Wants to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Harmon. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Quick strike complete.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
They're going to throw it again. He's right on target. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. And the Broncos getting set on 1st and 10. The handoff, keep working on that clock. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team.